I know it says I'm live. I also know it's not 9 o'clock yet. I have one more minute before it's actually 9 o'clock. So, welcome, replay viewers. Those of you who are here. Huh. All right. Sorry for the echo. I checked out my phone so that I could remember what I said the name of tonight's thing is. All right. So, it's almost 1 o'clock. It's almost 1 o'clock. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. And what do? We talk about suicide prevention. And why do we talk about suicide prevention? Because two of every three gun deaths you hear about are a suicide. Hello, Ghost Tactical. So lovely to get to chat with you on whatever day you and I were chatting on Barbecue's channel. I think it was Thursday. It's been a blur. Hi, Gizzard Gary. Hey, Tara. Oh, by the way, I was laughing so hard. Tara, I'm like, I came home and my cooking was grabbing something out of the freezer and throwing it in on the stove. And I'm like, I can't let Tara know that I'm a horrible cook. But anyway, hope you've got some good videos. I can go look at more of them. All right. Hey Fiona, how are you? Enjoy your I think it's a Metallica thing tomorrow. Oh, and look, DJ has joined me. Dude, I have no idea how to take you off the screen, so just so you know. I'm on my phone tonight because oh, thank you. Yay. Hey George. Oh, yay. Oh, so okay, so oh my gosh. Yeah, so totally off subject, but for those of you who don't know, JRock06120 is our Jorge, otherwise known as George, and he is the driver for my blind instructor. And I'm glad you guys saw the video. I don't know if you looked and read the comments of your video, but people are waiting for round two when y'all come back. So I hope you are working on your dry fire. All right. So anyway, back to Hey G23. And yes, I will get you on. I just have not been consistent with doing interviews and stuff. All right. So Suicide Prevention Saturday, because 2 out of every 3 gun deaths you hear about are suicides. Tonight, talking about what's wrong in the world. Well, let's see. Suicide is wrong in the world. The fact that we have kids, first responders, military veterans taking their own lives. The idea that people are killing themselves because life is that horrible and they need to take themselves out of it. So, what is so horrible about life? Why are things so hard? Well, as I'm going through EMT training currently, and I have friends who are first responders, I will say that military first responders see some of the worst things that humans do. And it's horrible and it's really, really hard and to understand the darkness of the world. Most of us don't have to deal with stuff like sex trafficking, human trafficking, child abuse, elder abuse, all of these things. So life is hard and it is not always awesome or spectacular or any of those things. But how do we get through that? What do we do? As Ghost Tactical said on Barbecue Show, I'm pretty sure it was Thursday, when we're talking about the 22 lives a day that are lost, our military veterans are lost to. Just be nice. It's not so hard. um, be that light in the world that you want to see because everyone needs it. You need it. So if you put it out there, it's not that it's immediately going to come back to you, but if you can do it, so can someone else. We never know what someone is going through. I am currently at the Live Free or Die match. Sorry, I'm showing you my sweater. Oh wait, can you read it that way? But anyway, the Live Free or Die match up here in New Hampshire. And we always do a fundraiser for veteran suicide prevention or something like that. Homeless shelters. The homeless right now are out of control. Our society is a lot of out of control. Are there amazing things that are happening? Yes, there are. But there's also lots of challenges. Last week in Connecticut was rough. Monday morning, I did a radio show and we talked about veteran suicide prevention. And then, oh, Mario is here. Dude, if I was on my computer, I would totally send you like um an invite so you could come because we talked about you on Thursday. You got to tell us all about Mighty Oaks. So, for those of you who've not been here before, can I do this? Sorry, I'm on my phone, man. I don't know how to like throw comments up and stuff. Yeah, because it just tells me I can like, oh, look at that. I'm learning. So Mario Mosen just got back from his Mighty Oaks retreat, which is something that he had to choose to do to take care of himself. And this is still going to be my number one thing is you need to take care of you. All right, speaking of that, I swore that when I said that, I'm going to drink my water because one of the most important things we can do while we're working on the range is to make sure we are hydrated. So cheers. Um, awesome. For those of you who can read that, Mario said Mighty Oaks was amazing. But to go back a little bit, when we're talking about, EMTs, first responders, they also have huge, crazy amounts of suicide as well. Vets, sadly, still win as far as 1.5 times more likely to commit suicide than the average citizen in America. And they only account for less than 20% of our population. But, Michael is saying, my friend, the EMT, had 3 child dead babies in 1 month, and he had to stop. He was coming home crying when he looked at his kids. Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting, and I don't know if it's sad or what. And it's about like dropping everything. I started everything with guns because of my children. Uh, I'd been a gun owner. And the reason I put the air quotes in the I'd been a gun owner, because I was one of those less than educated gun owners. It's like, yes, I've been to the range, I've shot, I'm a gun owner. Did I care about 10-round mag bands? No, I did not. Why? Because I was a gun owner, but I didn't really know anything about Second Amendment. I didn't understand all of that good stuff. So, anyway, where am I trying to go with this? Take care of you. Life is hard. EMTs, first responders, our military vets, they just get to see the worst part of humanity. They also get to see people in their worst positions as far as in a car accident, in a fight, in a brawl, from crime, all of those sort of things as well. They are amazing people, and we need to take care of them. I'm still going to go back to the way we do that is taking care of ourselves. I have been on a self-improvement program since I checked myself in 1988, 89 to the hospital for suicide. And I'm always feeding myself good stuff. Tony Robbins was the first self-help guru that I started watching and like paying attention to. Through him, I've read books from Og Mandino. If you haven't read it, y'all, it's a little tiny book. Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World. And it's kind of about sales, but what it is, it's about sales to yourself. Yeah, DJ, if you can like look that up and throw a Amazon link up or somewhere, that one, Og Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World. And it really is just OG, Mandino. I'm gonna throw Mario's comment up here too, right? So Mario, for those who don't know, he's a veteran suffering from PTSD, and he just went to the Mighty Oaks, which is a group. And if you're going through a rough time, they also have 3 law enforcement in the class as well. Oh, so yeah, talking about rough times. This past week was rough. So Monday was at the radio show, and we were talking about the host's cousin, who was a military vet, who then became a state trooper. And last Thanksgiving, he committed suicide. This past Thursday, that guy's wife, ex-wife, also committed suicide. So now their kids are orphans, and both their parents committed suicide. Then the next day, here in Bristol, Connecticut, some low-life people, I don't know, there's much worse things that we should be calling them, called 911 and then shot the cops who responded to the call. So life is hard. Life sucks. It can be just totally miserable. Um, and we want to be able to make all the bad things stop. But sadly, I don't believe we are ever going to be able to do that. The best thing that we can do is do the best we can to minimize, to be able to support each other when bad things happen. This is one of the things for me when Sandy Hook happened. I could not believe they were talking about gun control. It was a Friday when it all went down here in Connecticut. Or sorry, I'm in New Hampshire right now. But anyway, it was a Friday. And by Friday night, Blumenthal and Murphy were talking about gun control. I'm like, many people just lost their babies. And you want to talk about gun control versus talking about helping the communities heal and supporting the communities. Here in Connecticut, Bristol, Connecticut is getting lots of support. There was candlelight vigils, and people are pissed off. People are mad. It's like they called 911. 911 responded. Cops went to a home, knocked on the door, and got shot and killed. And the worst part about that is my friend who is the DJ on the radio show I'm on. Well, he was friends with one of those cops. So here is someone who we're trying to talk about stuff to try to make this better. And um and and something as horrible as this happens. And it's really rough since we had just talked about it like this week. So what do we do? Ready? Cheers, drink up. All right. And that sucks. But here's something really cool. Big Sal 2, 308. This is my blind instructor. This is the dude hopefully y'all saw when on Wednesday when I put my thing up. So Big Sal 308, he is working on his dry fire. And why is that such an amazing thing? Because he's legally blind and shooting is hard. But he is doing this so he can make a difference in other people's lives. Sal is already someone who is looking to become an instructor to help others enjoy the shooting sports. And why is that such a big deal to me right now? Because life is hard. We need to have the Sals in our life. I forgot what's his. I'm like, I gotta scroll back up. What is Greg or George's Jorge? All right, so J Rock also is working on his dry fire. And it's just like, well, Brooke, we're talking about suicide and people killing cops. And why is dry fire a big deal? Well, because these two men are doing what they can to make themselves better. And by making themselves better, they're going to become role models for somebody else as they're teaching people how to be responsible gun owners. So they are making a difference. They're doing something to be able to improve themselves first and foremost so that they can help other people. I am here at the Live Free or Die match. I am volunteering my time and my weekend with myself and my daughter to help others enjoy this sport. And my poor little brain goes tactical last week. Like I said, I think it was Thursday. It was like, all you have to do is be nice. You don't have to change the world. You don't have to like change the world all at once. It's like each one of us can do one thing that helps someone else. Because if you guys watch the video with my blind instructor, I notice I'm already calling him a blind instructor because he is the one who got George to the range. So he's already a mentor. whether he becomes an official NRA instructor. We're working on that. I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. But it's like, we just have to lift each other up. We all need help. And yeah, like Big Sal said, yeah, come on, I can do this. Paying it forward. And for those of you who have not seen the movie Paying It Forward, go watch the movie, because that is also about changing the world. So, can I do this? I'm trying to get this to go back off. All right. So yeah, so this is where we're at. Suicide Prevention Saturday. Thank you everybody for popping in and saying hi. Help yourself and help others, because I may not be able to save every child that's in human trafficking or sex trafficking. I may not be able to save every veteran who's going to kill themselves. I may not be able to save every first responder, but I can do everything I can to make sure I'm taken care of, so that I am a bright light in the world, because you and I are responsible for being the light in the world. It is not someone else out there to fix things. It is for you and I to make it better for ourselves. Does that mean we are happy all the time? No. Does it mean that we always have our emotions under control? No. Does it mean we never have a bad day and are upset or distressed or anxiety or depression or any of that? No. Oh, and Mario. Sorry, I'm talking about my East Coast folks, but let's talk about Mario, our West Coast folks. It is people like Mario who are struggling and willing to go online and say so, and then lead by example by taking care of himself. And that's the most important thing, is that we have to stop being embarrassed that we have challenges. And we have to stand up and say, yes, my life is hard too. But we have friends and family and resources out there. And for those who think you have no friends and you don't think there's any resources, DJ dropped a whole boatload of resources in the chat just now. So DJ is doing his part to take care of me. Unfortunately, when I'm tired, I get very emotional, so I apologize to all you guys. But ooh, yeah, the next one. Sorry, DJ, I know you just put up Mario's, but what Mario says, I have too much to live for. We've got friends, we've got family, we've got kids, we've got parents. Most of us have siblings of some sort or another. And we really do have to do what we can to remember how much we have to live for. On Barbecue's thing, we talked about, I brought out a cup because it was made by a friend of mine's brother who committed suicide. And no more cups will be made by that person. Just like there will be no more hellos or goodbyes or thank yous or please or my hero. All of those things. We have to remember we are people and we all have emotions. We have great days and we have crappy days. But I think the thing that sums up suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So if for some reason you are watching this and you think that you are ready to end your life, please call at least maybe one of these lines. Thank you, DJ. 800-273-TALK. And if you don't want to talk to someone, you can text. But you should talk to someone. You should talk to someone because you can hear their voice and you can hear the timbre. When we are texting people, we are not connecting as much, because when you text, you're reading the person's information in whatever mood you're currently in, not necessarily in how they intend it. So Thank you, Fiona. I don't know how to do hearts. Do I know how to do hearts? Certainly not right now. I'm not going to be doing any commenting because I'm on my phone because I could not figure out how to get my computer connected. That's how tired I am right now. Because I used to be in IT and I really actually do know how to. I was just being that lazy. But I'm here for y'all so we can have this chat. All right. So I think I am done. I am so very tired, hence the crying often, but it's also just hard. And each one of us can reach one more person. But the most important person is ready. You all can write this down. Go ahead. Who's the most important you need to take care of? Tell me. Go ahead. Put it in the chat. Everyone should be typing me, 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 me. And I won't sing to you because that would be horrible. But take care of you so you can be a light in the world. And when you need a candle to light your light, reach out and talk to someone. There's lots of resources. So with that, I shall say adieu and goodbye and so long and farewell. And I'm going to go because we got to get up bright and early to go work a match that many, many volunteers called out of last minute. So we're super short staffed. Thank you, DJ, for putting in me. And I think J-Rock, I think George said self, but yes. Oh, I see, because Fiona said yourself. Yes. And me is okay. So thank you all for popping in. I will see you all next Saturday. Please do go to Guns and Barbecue's channel for his 22nd. Oh, sugar. What the heck is it? Anyway, go look on Barbecue and Guns and Barbecue's channel for the 22 a day thing. Because he's got a cool new idea challenge going on. Thank you, Mario. And yes, we'll get you back on here as well. And yes, Sal and George, Jorge, by all means, please book your follow-up. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and everyone's waiting to see the next video that you guys are doing. So, because whether you say yes or not, everyone's saying that they can't wait for the next episode of Sal and Jorge. So, I will see you guys all soon. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Bye, all.